Muito bem, professores, eu estou aqui para ensinar para vocês hoje como nós vamos trabalhar agora com as lições de aula, os planos de lições que vocês vão receber, para você poder estar trabalhando e colocando suas lições para a gente poder estar observando depois. Bem, você vai receber um e-mail, será um e-mail assim, foi compartilhado com você alguns itens, você vai receber esses itens aqui. O e-mail que você vai ver vai aparecer assim. Você precisa de uma conta do Google para você poder acessar esses arquivos. Então, se você não tem uma conta do Google, você pode fazer agora para você poder acessar essas pastas aqui. Você vê que a gente colocou para cada modalidade, para cada nível, a gente colocou uma pasta. E aí, quando você clica nessa pasta aqui, Shock Talk, vamos ver aqui Shock Talk 2. Também nós colocamos um modelo de lição, de aula, como é que você vai poder fazer. Primeiro eu vou mostrar para você os directories que a gente vai estar usando. Vamos aqui, eu vou abrir a TPR Classes. Em TPR Classes você vai ter vários arquivos aqui. Como você vê, os professores aqui estão em branco, certo? E aí você vai poder clicar neles. Você pode clicar aqui em Junior. Você tem uma pré-visualização daquilo que é aquilo que eu fiz. E aí você pode clicar aqui em abrir. E você vai poder ver meu plano e fazer essas mudanças, modificações, vai poder deixar comentários e outras funções que você pode fazer aqui, que a gente vai estar falando daqui a pouco. Eu quero mostrar para você agora apenas o diretório, as pastas, como funciona. Aqui em cima também, deixa eu fechar aqui. Em vez de você visualizar assim, você pode clicar aqui no Drive. E quando como você já estava logado na sua conta do Google, você já pode ver o Google Drive. E aí você já tem aqui compartilhados comigo. Então essas pastas que foram compartilhadas com você, dos níveis você pode visualizar aqui. Aí você não precisa toda vez ir no seu e-mail e ter que fazer o login no seu e-mail e ir lá ver as pastas para você poder acessar o Drive. Você pode acessar o Google Drive direto e fazer o seu login e já ver as suas pastas. Certo. Então, para adicionar o seu plano de aula é bem simples. Você está dando aulas no Shock Talk 1. Então, você abre aqui a pasta, vê o seu nome, né? Digamos que vou clicar em... não tem meu nome aqui. Eu vou clicar na professora Andressa aqui. E aí ele já vai abrir para eu poder inserir lá os detalhes com relação à minha aula. Você insere aqui. E essas mudanças vão ser vistas depois por todos os seus professores e também pelo seu coordenador, para a gente poder estar observando e estar compartilhando os planos de aula. Lembrando que esses planos de aula serão referências para que a gente possa estar, no futuro, criando uma pasta em que esteja as melhores ideias, aquilo que a gente vai estar gostando. A gente vai estar dando nossas dicas, também nós vamos estar comentando em cima daquilo que o professor fez e outros podem analisar também, certo? Então é bem colaborativo, todo mundo cooperando, todo mundo ajudando para podermos melhorarmos as nossas aulas. Todas as mudanças que você fizer nesse documento, ele é automaticamente salvo. Né? Não tem um botão, como você vai observar, não tem um botão para salvar as alterações. Então, qualquer coisa que você digita, você observa aqui, ó, ele está dizendo salvando. Pronto, terminou de digitar, alterações foram salvas. Então, é bem automático. Toda mudança que você fizer, será salva automaticamente no Google Drive. Então, você não perde nada, jamais. Tá? Sempre salvo. Bem, juntamente com os arquivos que foram compartilhados com você, as pastas, um deles foi o Lesson Plan Model. E é sobre ele que eu gostaria de falar agora. Esse modelo você vai usar, aqui ele está bem detalhado para você poder saber o que você precisa fazer. Com a data, lição, goal, material, warm-up, teach, activities, consolidate, homework, insight and improvements. Então você só lê aqui e vê o que cada um deles significa, o que você precisa fazer. Agora eu vou te guiar pelo processo daquilo que eu fiz na minha sala, no meu último planejamento de aula, para você ver na prática como é que isso funciona, o que cada uma dessas exigências que a gente quer fazer para que você possa cumprir e preencher significa. É importante que você entenda que essas exigências, essas coisas que nós pedimos, são o mínimo que você precisa fazer para que possa completar o seu plano de lição de aula. Agora, você pode acrescentar coisas, você pode acrescentar qualquer outra informação importante que você julgue ser interessante para acrescentar. Você pode ficar à vontade para acrescentar e também nos dar sugestões sobre como melhorar, que exigências, qualquer outras informações seriam também interessantes obtermos dos professores, certo? Vamos ver agora uma lição, um lesson plan, que vai ser realmente como fazer isso na prática. Well, this next section here now is going to be about how to make your lesson plan. This is really simple, but I'm going to guide you through the steps on how I made my lesson plan for this class. So let's just go back to that lesson plan model that I showed you before. And this is basically the date. The first thing you're going to be doing is put in a date. So yes, there's not much to be said about it. Yes, you know what this is. So date basically is where you insert the date. There you go. Next is lesson. Now this is referring to the number or the name of the lesson. I named this lesson Media English 2 Unit 1 because this is the English Central class. So basically we're going to be studying Media English 2 Unit 1 of this exercise of this class. Well, let's talk about the goals. The goals are the general and specific objectives. I want you to have to be very detailed about this. Just make some quick description about it. So here goes what I did. Yep, so we talked about poverty. We're going to talk about poverty, dreams, TV hosts, radio lists, requirements for a TV, and a radio job. So this is basically the goal of the class. So here I describe the general and the specific objectives of my class, right? As for the material, right, this might be something that you found online or something that you made, right? So here is what I did for the material. I did this worksheet, right? And of course, I clicked here and how I did this was I write worksheet and then I insert a link to it. You can do that by selecting the word, right, worksheet, and then you click here and then you insert link and then you put the link there and then you apply it and then now it's going to go to that worksheet. Of course, I made this worksheet out and then I uploaded it to Scribed. Now, I want to quickly talk to you about Scribed. Scribed is this place where you're going to store your files, okay? So you're going to have a worksheet perhaps that you're going to create. So I want you to store those worksheets in some place online. So let me just show you quickly here how to subscribe to Scribed. It's really easy. You can log in with Facebook. So it's just one click thing. I am already a user, so I'm going to insert my information here and it'll automatically log me in. But the step to actually log in without being a user for the first time is really easy. It's just a one click thing and you'll be logged in. All right, so let me just log in here quickly. All right, so here we go. All right, great. So as you can see here, I'm not a user yet, so it's actually going to ask me for an authorization to actually receive these information about activities in my Facebook. So just an authorization page. So I click OK, and then it's going to log me in. All right, it's really simple, as you can see. So next thing you're going to do is to send a file is real easy. You can just click here, send, and then you can drag files from your computer. You can drag any file, and then you can just upload it straight. Copy it, drag it here, and take it to the Google page here, to your page. and then it automatically start uploading. So it's really simple to upload a file to Scribe. If you have any questions about how to upload files to Scribed, you can just contact me, and then we can talk about how to upload files to Scribe. I probably won't be able to upload things to Scribe right now in this browser because I don't have Adobe Flash Player. So if you have a case of don't have Adobe Flash Player, which is really not something that is going to happen to your computer, I believe, unless it's a new computer and you haven't installed Adobe Flash Player yet. So you won't be able to actually see it. But using a computer already that has Flash Player, you can just drag it here and then upload it to Scribed. And then after you upload it, you can get the link and then insert the link here, and then the link will take the person straight to the worksheet that you've made. So I've made this worksheet here. Let's take a look at it. Put here, click on the link, and I can actually see that worksheet Scribed. Yeah. Okay, so here's the file that I actually use for my class. And then, well, another person can just come and download that file, right? Like a teacher that liked this worksheet can just come here and download that file from Scribed. Okay, great. Next thing is, I think I thought of a warm-up. Well, the warm-up activity, here we go. Well, I just did some general chit-chat and questions about what students wanted to be in the future when they were a child. So that was the conversation. We talked about weekend and things that they did during the week and any good news. And then we talk about what they wanted to be in the future, like when they were a child. What did they want to be, right? So that's basically what I had in mind for the warm-up. So here this is basically what the warm-up is, as it's described here, games or pre-conversation. You have to really keep in mind that warm-ups should be short. They should be just like 10 minutes max. So you have to really plan so your warm-up doesn't last longer than 10 minutes, right? Okay, so you don't want to make a warm-up that's longer than 10 minutes. Well, let's talk about this teach thing. What is the teach? Well, teach is basically what you're going to teach. Or you're going to teach vocabulary, grammar, expressions, pronunciation. What's the focus of your lesson? What is it that you're going to teach in the lesson, right? So let's think of what I did here in this lesson. Well, basically for this lesson, I'm going to teach new words on the worksheet. So on the worksheet, I have new words, as you can see here. I have these words that I'm going to be teaching. Also, I'm going to be teaching should I. This is from another video. Then new vocabulary and comprehension of the video content. So we're going to be watching the videos and check out that the students actually comprehend, they understand what's the video saying, and also how that relates to their lives and stuff like that. That's basically what we're going to be doing in this class. Next, let's talk about what this is, the activities. What kinds of activities I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing individual exercises, pair group activities, pair work, or group activities. So basically, this is what I have to have in mind, what kind of activities I'm going to be doing. So as for the activities, here we go. Well, we're going to watch video 4, Unit 1. We're going to watch videos 1 and 2 from Unit 2. We're going to discuss them and do the worksheet activities. Right. So basically, these are the activities, what we're going to be doing. We're not going to have any group work or anything. It's basically going to be a whole class discussion about the videos. The first video here, Unit 4, Unit 1, I'm going to have this worksheet that we're going to be working on. There's some comprehension questions about the video and all. And for the videos 1 and 2 from Unit 2, we're just going to discuss and we're going to talk about them. And that's when I'm going to introduce should I, because the video 2 talks about should I, and then that's when I'm going to give the students homework on this should I, right? So let's talk about consolidate. Consolidate is really important because this is when you show the students what they have learned, right? You review what students learned and did. So this is basically, you actually take a look at the whole class, and because we really have to help students see the invisible, that is, they're learning. Oftentimes, students don't see that they're progressing, that they are becoming better learners, they're becoming better English speakers or somehow. So that's the point of consolidation. You have to actually tell the students, that's the point. You warm up, you state what you're going to teach, and then in the end, you say again what they learned. Right. So that's just basically it. Let's see what I did here for consolidate. Well, to consolidate, I did Unit 1 vocabulary quiz. So I actually went back to Unit 1 since, English Central is divided by units. So the last effort, at the end of every unit, we have a vocabulary quiz. So I actually used the vocabulary quiz to review what words they had learned, what the words were that they had learned. And it's interesting because the vocabulary quiz actually challenges the students to think of the words in different contexts, and then they can actually see that they learned the words because they're given different context to a vocabulary word that they learned in the videos that we watched. So that's really nice. This could be as simply as, show them that they learned, today you learned how to communicate, how to order a pizza. Today you learned how to talk to somebody on the phone about going out. So, basically, what is it that they learned? What words were that they learned? Like it's a TPR lesson. What words were that they learned? By writing some on the board, by writing the commands on the board and stuff like that. This is all consolidation. Well, in terms of homework, it's really important that you actually tells us what you're going to be giving the students as homework. That you're going to be putting these grades on Flex, but it's also really important that you tell us what you've been doing for homework. This is what they have to do by the following class or by the end of the month or something. So let's see here what I did for homework. Well, for homework, I chose The Dog That's Done It All from Look, I'm Still Talking. It's a story. And I actually gave this to the students, but we had a competition, just to give you some background. We had a competition. The students had to watch videos in English Central, so the top student would not have to do homework. So this student didn't have to do homework, and the other ones, I gave the homework to the students who didn't complete English Central requirements, which was the case because actually only this guy watched the videos. The other two girls didn't have time, or they said that there was some problem with their internet and stuff. So I just had to give them homework because that was the deal. They wouldn't watch videos in English Central, or the person who would get the top score would be on the top watcher, top speaker on English Central would actually get to not do homework during the weekend. So that was a reward. So I gave that homework only for the other students, not for this one. So yeah, so this is basically what homework was. So homework can be a simple worksheet or something on Edmodo or Quizlet, or anything that you give them as homework is supposed to go here in this space. Let's go now for hindsight. Hindsight is really important because this is going to be done. Well, basically, you completed your lesson plan. Now, hindsight and improvement is something that you're going to have to do afterwards. You're going to come here to the lesson plan page, and then you're going to put in here what you actually did or how the plan actually went and why. And also you're going to think of improvements, what you could do to make the class better next time. This is really important. Like it's extremely important because then you actually see how it went and compare. Let me just tell you here right now what I changed. And I actually made some changes to this after I taught the class. And that's really interesting because I'm going to show you how to do that. Right? As for hindsight, what I said was, well, it went great. Worksheet was easy to follow, right? I'm referring to this worksheet here. It was easy, students understood. It was really cool, right? There was no mistakes in the worksheet or things that maybe it was hard. It really made make the process of the class hard to follow. Words were taught. Students grasped the words, they understood. Conversation was interesting for students. It's really interesting to say because sometimes, we're doing something in conversation, we're talking about something that's not interesting for the students. So we really could think of, oh yeah, this video was interesting, conversation was interesting for the students. So yeah, surely you want to try this again. A teacher would like to try this in a future class and get good results because it was interesting for students. And then let's think of improvements. What I did for improvements was, well, as a warm-up, what I could have done is I could actually done this talk here about requirements for a job, for a TV radio job. I could have done this right here in the beginning. We actually did that in the middle here. That happened to have been done in the middle. It was just a conversation that rose up on, I knew that was something that the students would like to discuss, but in the middle, like we didn't have time. But then they actually started the discussion on this. So I think that it would be something interesting to do in the beginning of the class, like divide the board and to put requirements for a job and a TV radio, for a TV job and a radio job, and then compare the two. Like person in the radio doesn't have to have a good appearance, let's just say. But on TV, they have to have a good appearance because everybody sees them. Also, there's several different things like memorizing. On TV, you have to actually memorize a lot of information. On radio, you can just read from a paper, from the script. So basically, things like this that we could have talked about. So yeah, that's basically it. That's your lesson plan here. As you can see, it's done. I have date, lesson, goals, material, warm-up, teach, activities, consolidate, homework, insight, and improvement. So it's actually, I can just save this here and continue next time. All right. So every time there's a new class, so I can just copy this or copy the lesson plan model and then just copy it here underneath and start a lesson plan for a new class. So you're going to use the same worksheet for all the other lessons you're going to do. Basically, you're going to be changing the date and all the things that need to be changed. Well, that's basically it, how to create your lesson plan, how to log into Google Drive, and how to have fun, how to keep us up to date about what you're doing in your classroom, right? And a pro. That's basically it, guys. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys around.